Hi there, welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me at Anne's Space. Now I'm travelling through Malaysia. I've been in Georgetown for the last few days and now I'm heading to a smaller town called Ipoh. So come on my journey. Well, I've arrived at Ipoh. This is my hostel behind me here. And I'm just going to go for a little bit of a walk. It's definitely quite a different vibe from Georgetown and Penang. So I've walked around Ipoh for probably half an hour and I haven't seen anything yet that attracts my interest. It's just doesn't seem like a tourist destination. I'm not quite sure. I haven't worked out why everyone said this is a good place to come. But I'll reserve my judgment and see what I find. Well, there is quite a few old colonial buildings and I did read about the railway station being rather nice, and that's down there. I'm not sure what this building is here, but I'm going to go down and check out the railway station. So according to Google Translate, this building across from the railway station is the Airport Council, and here on the other side is the railway station. And outside that is a memorial. There's a few different wars, the Malayan emergency, Indonesian confrontation, and the re-insurgence period, which actually was 72 to 1990, so very recent. And as expected, memorial to the two wars, and a little unexpected around this side is a memorial for the Thailand-Burma Death Railway. So Thailand is only just over the border, which is not very far from here. So often I've heard guides talking about Siam, which is what Thailand used to be called. But I'm going to go and have a look inside this railway station. So I went and had a look in the railway station. Yeah, it was just a railway station. It wasn't ornate at all. But I found out the building I was looking at previously, which is just behind me, that I thought was an airport council, actually used to be the Post and Telegraph main building, and it was relocated many years ago. But at least they've kept the building in beautiful condition on the outside. It seems like there's a little bit of activity down there. There's some store holders, so I'm going to go down the stairs from the clock tower and just have a look. Nice to know that the clock's still chimes. And there's some mural walks here. So I'm not sure if this is actually one that fits into the mural walk description, but it's pretty good. Seems I'm just going to have to wander and look beyond my peripheral vision, like right beyond, because things are just hidden down alleyways that I could easily walk past. So this is Concubine Lane, and I did read about this. So clearly this is where all the people come. But before I explore it, I've found a coffee house and I found a couple of snacks to go with my coffee. So it's at 11:30 and I haven't had a coffee. So I've walked down Concubine Lane and there's a lot of shops down there. A lot of stalls all the way down. So, no, I didn't buy anything. Of course I didn't buy anything. I never do. Because I've got to carry it, right? That's the trouble when you pack light. So there's a few different Concubine lanes. And I just came across this one by accident. Well, look at that cool mural. I think it's all part of the mural walk as well. So, yeah, this one's clearly being done up. And there's some really good murals here. This one's got a live participant. And there's a few more down here. I have to really restrain myself from taking photos and videos of every single mural, but those who watch my channel will know that I really like murals, and these are really good ones. So I always like to taste things that are offered, and I've just tasted some bamboo tea, and it's medicinal for just about everything imaginable, but particularly digestion. So my family understands why I probably should buy some of this bamboo tea, but I'm sure I can't bring it into Australia. Definitely not in the bamboo. So I've tried it anyway. So I was keeping my mind open with Ipoh. And yeah, definitely you need to explore. You need to go down alleyways. I'm finding some really amazing places. So definitely don't get put off by the initial streets and pavements and trash. Keep exploring, and yeah, you too will find what I've found. So I've just been chilling here for the last few hours editing one of my videos. So if you've been watching my videos, I wonder if you can pick up which video it was that I was editing. So this is a pretty cool hostel, the Brownstone Hostel. So as well as Ipoh having some very old beautiful colonial buildings and lots of murals, it's also got these, I think they are limestone casts, but they literally are just popped up all over the place. They're really cool. And beside them, or beside this one, it's a temple. A very intricate temple. I wonder if I can walk in and have a look. Let's go and check it out. And this one looks like it's got a guard dog. It looks like the guard dog's smiling. How cool. It's going to let me in. All good. I don't know if you can hear it, but there are so many birds up there. Now I'm actually on my way to the Japanese gardens where there's supposed to be some birds. According to the girl behind the desk in the hostel, she says yes, the birds will be in the trees. So I could just walk into the temple. Once again, very lovely to wander in with my bare feet. And I don't know about this temple. It's different from the others that I was looking at in Penang. This is very open. It's got these works of art all down the side. It's very cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, I know. It's very cool is one of my sayings as my family. Don't hesitate to remind me. So these Japanese gardens at Ipoh are certainly not the best Japanese gardens that I've been to in my travels. But it is actually nice to get into a green area again, away from traffic, away from the rush and the hustle and bustle, and just wander. And there's so many families here doing the same thing. It is really nice, and I'm glad, you know, it's only less than 10 minutes away from the hostel, so definitely worth a little bit of a walk if you're at the Brownstone Hostel. So I've arrived at the night markets. Definitely won't be having any retail therapy from me. There's just so much stuff. I know I keep seeing it and I keep saying it, but it just blows me away. All this manufactured stuff that's just being produced and sold for almost nothing. Oh, and poor world, right? So these are fireworks. So fireworks are readily available to buy over here. But what gets me is every night these markets are on, every night these people come down and they set it all up. And every night they put it all away again. Like thousands and thousands of pieces. And there's hundreds of stalls. It's just, I don't know. I am literally flabbergasted. Wow, good morning. This morning I've come down to the Sunday market. Quite different from yesterday's markets. Look at that. Yeah, and live music, as you can hear. I'm not sure if you can hear me, right? We'll see when I eat it. And you never know when you might need a knife.
Brand name of Chinese herbal tea since 1941.
So that girl was just introducing me to the tea museum. This man, Mr. Ho Han, or something similar, started this tea company, and then he's passed it down to his son, who rebranded it to Ho Vid, as his name was David. So Ho is the family name which comes first in China. So if you want to pause this and have a read, you might find it just a little interesting. So they used to dry the tea outside, and that looks like the hill that I went to yesterday where the temple was. And this is one of the fires that they used. And that's the tea. I do love that we've got the Cadbury's here. Cadbury's is still around, I'm not sure. Nestle is still around. I don't think many of the others are. So a little bit like the swinging bridges in Garangmulu National Park, the number of people on these stairs are restricted to just one person at a time because the stairs are actually 130 years old. And this is where Ho Kai Chong actually lived and started his business. So after looking through this free museum, we then get to try 6 different teas. These are 4 of them. So right next door to the tea place is the Han Chin Pet Su, and that is a secret miners club. This area was really well known for its successful tin mining. So I had to book a tour, and here I am on time. Maps in 1876, right through to the opening of this museum in 2015.
Hakka is one of the Chinese ethnics. Second condition, all the members must be the owners of the tin mines. We call them the Taukeis. Taukeis means bosses. And this is the gentleman's club. Second shelf, these are filters above 90%. The contents inside the filters contains tin. So we can say filters are actually tin. That's why filters are so expensive. And third shelf, we have some kitchen items and stuff. Of mining, the method we are showing here right now, we call this the hydraulic pump system. This is hydraulic pump. I'm going to tell you how this system works. Now come on, look at my right side mirror painting here. Very high position.
So
And this
club actually had a license, and they were allowed to play these mahjong and other gambling games.
The last Chinese 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing you do, you pick up this bowl and randomly you cover a bunch of stones. Okay, ready? Follow. And now you can start to bet which number like from 1 to 4. So I need 4 gamblers here. You can pick a number 1 to 3.
Well, that was really good, that guided tour at that house. I really enjoyed it. It was really well presented, and it's a donation. So, you know, yeah, I was a bit generous because I think it's great to have these free tours where it's optional what you pay. So I'll just go across the road to take some more videos of this amazing old building. 3 stories it was. We went up 2 flights of stairs. So I'm back in Concubine Lane that I was in yesterday, It's just as busy. But why I'm filming is because I just tasted some durian ice cream. Now, I think I've mentioned durian before. Very smelly fruit, very large and green. The smell was disgusting and the taste wasn't much better. So I think I'll skip on my durian ice cream. So I've just discovered there's a little India in Ipoh as well. So I'm going to go and check out that. They'll like this. Apparently I have my own company here. So I remember when I was in KL many years ago, they had these threaded flowers everywhere. And yeah, there's a few shops selling them. And the actual new flowers. So just come into the supermarket and people can just scoop out what they want. There's all sorts of dal and there's teas and there's peas and all sorts of stuff. It's so good. It's just basically cash and carry. And you just weigh it like a supermarket, but no excess pre-packaging. And then this is actually out the other end. It's a much newer site. So the old city of Ipoh is actually surrounded by this river. Not very high at the moment. But way back when, it did actually flood. And so any houses or buildings that were rebuilt, they raised them slightly. But because the government actually dug out the river, there hasn't been any more floods, I think, since about maybe 1926. It is quite nice to walk along. Not many people, but I never feel unsafe. So yeah, I continue to walk alongside the river. And that's the river. And this is one of the entrance bridges to the city. Well, an absolute bugger. I've just got a grab out here and it's closed. So yeah, that was a bit of a waste of grab. But there is somewhere else I can go. So it's not too far from here and I was going to walk. So I will just take a quick video. Closed until further notice. So there we go. I don't know how that gentleman got in, but that's okay. I'll go and get a grab to somewhere else. Well, that was a bit frustrating. So the temple I first went to, which I'll put the name here, is temporarily closed until further notice. And then I wanted the grab driver to take me to the Mirror Lake, but he just didn't understand where I wanted to go, even though I showed him on the map. His English was almost non-existent. So he's dropped me at a different temple. I'll just check what it's called. So this is the Long Sen temple. So it's also out by the limestone casts. So I'll just have a little look around and there's the cast. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a nice area. There's some plants. Yeah, a bit different from some of the other temples I've been to. So not a wasted trip, that's for sure. So it's actually pretty cool the way it's right into the cliff face. And I think that's probably the same as the temple that is temporarily closed. So again, people are doing their blessings. So this is like another temple and it's right next door. And the building's built right into that limestone cliff. And there's all holes up there. I reckon there's lots of birds' nests. So this temple actually goes right inside. Quite cool. So there's even a set of stairs which I've climbed up. It actually didn't smell very nice and the views weren't great, but coming back down, it's when you start to appreciate it. It's just a huge cabin. So all along this road are these temples. Now some of them are closed and some of them are open. This is a Ipoh temple behind closed gates and with quite a few dogs around. So I'm still on the road with all the temples, but can you hear that noise? Yes, the rain's been threatening for a few days now, and yeah, it sounds like it's going to start. I'm going to try and get through to the main road, and not sure if I'll get a grab or whether I'll get a public bus. I'll just check it out when I get there, but hopefully I don't get drowned or very wet in the process. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Once all the people leave, because the gate's now closed, the monkeys just appear. How cool. It's literally crawling over the temple. Oh, well, that was made it all worth coming. The fact that the other one was closed, I probably wouldn't have seen this. So how cool. A temple with monkeys going nuts. These two having a bit of a tussle. So luckily the grab came when it did, because it is bucketing down. I'm back at the hostel now and it's so noisy. And while I'm here, let me just show you. How cool is this? Well, thankfully the rain eased off and I could head out for a nice Chinese dinner. And then that was my last night at the Brownstone Hostel, and I headed off on a train, no, not a train, a bus the next morning, and I was going to the Highlands, the Cameron Highlands in Malaysia, which are totally different. So stick around, come back to this channel and I'll share it with you, but it was just stunning. And thanks for watching my video, do appreciate it, and give us a thumbs up.